So, the Zoom G3XN, it's obviously a multi-effects processor. It was brought to the public on 2016 by Zoom, obviously. This is basically the small brother of the G5N. This G3XN came out in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. And the difference between this one and the G5N, it's that the G5 has 5
Say it.
thumb pedal
Say it. Say it right now.
things.
Say the word you want to say.
You can click on and assign effects and like that. This multi-effects processor, it's organized in a way that it has 10 categories of effects. I will describe them in a little while. And each category obviously has their own kind of effects, and in between them there are like famous copy of certain effects, and I will name a few in a little while. So let's take a closer look to the effects banks or the effects categories. Let's first start with dynamics. In the dynamics category you are all obviously going to find compressors, gates, and all that kind of stuff. Then we go to drive, which is the fun part. Everything related with distortion, boost, overdrive, all of that is going to be there. A few famous pedals they copied was the crappy metal zone, the Boss DS1, the Ibanez Tube Screamer, and the Rod distortion. Then we got the amplifier section, which obviously is the amp modeling thing. And you're going to find, the most common brands like Fender, Marshall, Mesa Boogie. There are 17 amplifiers you can choose from. Then there's the cabinet section. You can choose from 16 types of cabinets that they recorded using, once again, the most common brands like Marshall, Mesa Boogie, Fender. All of these brands are mostly loaded with Celestion Vintage 30. There's a couple of them that has Jensen, if I'm not mistaken. And there is one weird brand that I don't remember quite well, but at least 70% they were recorded with Celestion's Vintage 30, and a couple of them were also recorded using Celestion greenbacks. Now we go to the modulation part. In this section there are 25 different effects you can choose from chorus to flangers to vibratos, pitch shifters. A couple of famous pedals they copied: the Corona Tree Chorus, the Electro Harmonics Small Stone, and the Boss Super Chorus. Then we have the reverbs. There's 15 kinds of effects you can choose from. Once again, the typical hall, plate, room, church. The only famous reverb they copied here was the Fender 65 Twin Reverb. Now we jump to the delays. Once again, the typical ping pong, stereo, tape, analog emulation, reverse. In this section there are 7 kinds of delays you can choose from. Then there's a filter, which is basically LFO, there's exciters, there are a couple of low pass filters, random filters, and stuff like that. And last, the pedal section, which is where you can have all of your wahs, volume control, gain control. You can also control effects like delays, flangers, phasers, your rotary speakers, so it's really cool. So let's jump into the G3XN to build a patch from scratch. To see how difficult or easy it is to dial a decent sound and how long it takes you. Okay, so now I have an empty patch, and obviously I'm going to start adding things in order for me to get a chain signal that I like. So I'm basically gonna make a metal patch, high gain thing. I'm gonna start with, from left to right, I'm gonna add a Tube Screamer TS drive. This is like the Tube Screamer. And I'm gonna turn down all of the gain, and that would sound something like this. It's gonna sound like because it has no IRs or anything, so So next, what I would add is, I'm gonna just jump right into the amp. I'm gonna go with the rectifier clone here. This baby boy right here, Rectiorg. And then after that, I'm going to add a little compression, just because. Rack comp, great. Ratio, I'm just gonna keep it low, 2:1. Tag a little fast. I just wanted to compress the signal just a little bit. Next, we're gonna go to the IRs, which is the cabinet section, right here. And for the cabinets, I'm going to cheat a little because I already know which cabinets I like on these IRs, which is basically a orange, and then there's a rectifier that I like, but not so much. And strangely enough, there's one by Fender that has supposedly 2x12 Celestion Special 80s, and I really like how they sound. So I'm gonna pick that one, and it's this one, the FDMA 2x12. So I'm going to turn on the microphone option, of course, because otherwise it would sound like complete shit. And well, if you play a little bit with the, let's go to the tube screamer to see if we can add a little bit more gain or something like that. Let's put the boost on. Let's add a little bit of gain here in the tube screamer. I think it's decent enough. I would obviously tweak a whole lot more, maybe in the EQ or add a noise gate or something like that. Maybe fine tune a little bit more the compressor. But so far, if I wanna like record a demo or something like that with this sound, is just really nice. Let's change the amplifier to see what else we have here. This is supposedly a diesel clone, so let's see how it sounds. Sounds like too bassy, or I like it better. MK3. And another cool thing that I've already tried and sounds really cool is obviously you can bypass completely the cabinet section and add your own in the DAW you are using, and that can even let you have more room for the sound that you really want to dial. So all in all, I think this unit is a pretty decent multi-effects processor. It has plenty of options to choose from. Either if you want this thing only for the effects and you're going to plug it into the effects loop of an amplifier, or if you are going to practice at home, or if you want to bring this to band rehearsals, or if you just want to play small gigs with this thing. We're still in 2021, so forget about small gigs. This is a pretty good unit, and for the price I think is, I wouldn't say it's a steal, but it's a pretty good price. Honestly, I really like it. At first, one thing that you have to have in mind, it's something with Zoom products in general, is don't rely on the presets. Oh my god. I almost got rid of this unit the first day by only trying the presets. What the is the people at Zoom thinking when they are trying to edit these factory presets? There's not even one single factory patch that works, that sounds decent. Everything sounds like diarrhea. And it's really funny because what they try to do on the preset, this is like, well, this is the sound of Jimi Hendrix. But don't trust that. Don't trust that. The really power and beauty in this unit comes when you start playing with it, when you start building your own patches, getting used to the interface, which is actually, it's really easy to use. The menus are really easy to navigate. They're not like hidden menus in between menus, so it's fairly easy to use, and I really like it. Personally, I use this unit as a practice unit. Given the fact that I live in a small apartment, I really didn't want to buy a big amplifier only to annoy the neighbors and to have them knock on my door telling me to turn the thing off. Maybe this thing doesn't come as close as obviously an XFX or a Kemper or something like that, but it goes really close enough for you to practice, for you to record. If you know how to treat your signal well, you are going to get a whole lot out of this unit. So in my humble opinion, in this year 2021, I think this unit is still relevant. You can still have a whole lot of quality effects and amplifier simulation by not having to spend $1,000+ on a high-end multi-effects processor. Well, if you use this unit, let me know in the comments down below. And if you have a patch that sounds fucking amazing, hey man, share it with me. Just put some link down in the comments and I would be more than happy to use it. Because honestly, I haven't tweaked this thing as much as I would like to. I only basically have the basic bitch patch, which is, you know, tube screamer, amplifier, cabinet. If you like this video, please like it. And subscribe to the channel. I know that it gets old, but this thing really helps to keep on building the channel and helps us content creators to keep on making videos and keep on having the time to do all of these things. Have a great Friday, enjoy your weekend, get yourself a cold beer, play some heavy and mean music, headbang like a maniac, and break your neck!